Are you okay?
I stretched my legs and my knees locked up mid-stretch.
Oh dear.
So what you doing?
Customizing my classes. Also, each of the pilot's abilities makes them have a different appearance. I have all of the Titans.
If they have two foxtails like on the back of their head, what does that mean?
I'll go through all of them. The one that I'm showing right here is my favorite class, the grapple. It's the main one I use because the grappling hook is super fun. This is what the grapple hook looks like. Also, you can change between them being male and female, and I don't know, I just find it kind of cool because it doesn't change what they look like basically at all. Like
it just makes the shoulders wider.
Yeah, it just changes some armor to make it more, you know, practical depending on whether or not you're female. But anyways, that one's the grapple. This is the pulse blade. Also, by the way, the grapple costume is the same outfit that Cooper has the entire time that you play as him. Notice the helmet visor. But the strange thing is, he had the ability Cloak. But this is the Cloak outfit.
Also, the Cloak outfit, I want the fluff.
This is actually the female version. Actually, the female version's kind of cooler. It has these. Well, actually, no, never mind. I don't really like them. They kind of look like yeah, never mind. I don't like those. I don't know why. I don't like those. That weird. Well. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the leaner one. That makes more sense for Cloak. But that's Cloak. The one with the foxtails on the back is actually Phase Shift, which is the ability Cal has. I don't know why the default look for them is a robot, though. And the male and female, the literal only difference is a slight change in vest, and the female doesn't get a scarf. That's it.
That's unfair.
The scarf is... Well, I mean...
I want a scarf.
Well, yeah, but that means your head moves around better because you don't need a scarf because you're a robot. This one's the A-wall, which, the A-wall is, what's it called? It's basically a Risa shield.
What's that little thing coming out from
that's like I have no idea what that's for.
It's like a little grabby hand. Watch out, it's gonna grab your Titan.
It's that.
It's gonna grab your Titan.
The AWOL and the Cloak have that, and I don't know why. And then there's the Holo Pilot, which is the one that you send out a little pilot clone. You okay? Did you hurt yourself?
Sort of. Okay. I hit my head slightly, falling onto the couch.
Why did you do that?
Because I wasn't looking.
Oh, also, by the way, the AWOL that you saw, that's the female AWOL.
Okay.
In fact, now that I look at it, hold on. Male, female, female, Male, female, female. Yeah, all of them except for 2 are female for me. Anyways, now we
Which
go...
one was the second one? The dart?
Yeah, the second one was the pulse blade. That does the sonar. It's basically so sonar arrow.
I like the colors and the sheet.
Well, you can decide based off of costume and ability which one you would like which of your characters to have. Okay, then we get to the Titans. First up here we have the Monarch, which is the basic class, because in the game, the original game, it was called the Expedition.
I don't know what to think of that color scheme, though.
Oh, the color scheme, you can actually change the color scheme. This is the basic one, though.
Good. It looks clunky. It looks like it has a, like... I don't know what to call it, but, like, a tank for gas strapped into the middle of it with an angry eye on it.
Well, Izzy, this design that, Monarch has is the exact same design as BT.
BT looked cooler.
Well, actually, it's a mixture between Ion and Monarch with, basically the, what's it called? Basically everything being a mixed match between the 2 of them. Anyways, so that's Monarch. Then Legion, the large boy. This is, if Adonis had a Titan, this is the kind of Titan that he would have. And if you recall, this is also the Titan class that, at the end of the game you unlock, and then you proceed to murder absolutely everything. Then we got Tone, which was my second favorite. Don't know who would have this one, but...
Legion looked really pretty, by the way.
Legion is kind of pretty,
Tone...
especially...
Tone reminds me of the Portal 2 game, the multiplayer.
Yes, it's Atlas. Then we get Ronan.
I was gonna say no, it's Peabody, but I'm like, wait, no, Peabody looked different.
Peabody was the long
It's
boy.
like a mixture. Yeah, it's like a love child between the 2 of them.
Then we get to Ronan, which is my favorite. This is what Val...
Tiny bug.
Yeah, this is Val. It's very, very slim. It's obviously very much made for moving around very quickly and hoping not to get hurt.
It looks like one of those like super skinny kids on the playground who are like Noom.
Basically. Then we get to the absolute skinniest one, which has the lowest health of all of the Titans, the North Star. The North Star is the kind of Titan that Viper had, because he's a cuck. Is the kind of Titan that Diana has, because it can fly. And it's also a very, very small bab.
I'm not sure about the legs, but I like the roundness of the body of it.
Go roll.
Well, not roll, but I feel like you could make some cool, alternatively cute designs on it.
Probably.
It looks like a bubble. It looks like Bubblebot.
Okay, then we get to the one that probably has the absolute... Now we get to the one that has probably the bulkiest design, except for maybe the Legion. The Scorch.
Well,
again,
Scorch is very aggressive.
Yeah, Scorch is my least favorite Titan because it's like not fun to play as, and it's not fun to fight against.
He looks like he's wearing power armor. He could be Andy. He looks like he goes stomp, stomp, stomp.
Well, I mean, his like super ability is
Wait, no, not Andy. Lopez.
Oh yeah. His super ability is slamming the ground and creating a wall of fire. And then we get to the last one because for some reason when they made the what's it called? Multiplayer, they didn't include the Brute, which is fair. I didn't like playing as the Brute anyways. The Ion class, which is the class that Eric has.
He looks serious. I think it's the hexagon in the middle that his face is sticking out of. Makes it look kind of like an angry eye.
Grrr. Pew pew.
Not an angry eye, but definitely pew pew.
Go away or I go pew pew.
No, more like suspicious. Like, Do I need to shoot you? Ronan is so tiny.
And that's what Val looks like. Now then, we're playing by ourselves, so we're mostly going to be fighting, like, goons. Now we just need to decide which map we play on. There's actually a decent selection. For...
I don't know any of them.
I'm just going to, like, go across each of them and then stop for a second so you can see how they look. And then you decide.
Okay. Out of curiosity, what's an angel city?
Angel City, it's just a very normal city. Like, lots of low buildings. It's not actually a city, it's more of like a town. Like, I don't think any buildings would probably go above to 2 or 3. Is it because of the cherry blossoms?
Yeah.
But,
And
it's
some
up
of the architecture too.
It's up to you which one, we go for.
Okay, go back up.
Which one?
I like the look of Exoplanet and Homestead and the forward base thing.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to do forward base because that one's the kind of boring. So, Homestead or Exoplanet? What do you think seems more interesting? A widespread research base on an exotic frontier location, or wide open farmlands forcibly claimed by remnant fleet forces?
I'm not sure.
I'll just go with Exoplanet then.
Okay.
And now
I would say it depends on who you want to play, because if you were playing as Eric in the Ion, you should totally do the Homestead TBL. Grr, this is my land, get off!
I'm not sure which of the abilities Eric would have. Probably the A wall, so he's like, no, I help protect my friend. None shall hurt my friend. Okay, we're gonna go with the grapple and which Titan do we go with? Ronan.
Okay, pilots, let's get this job done.
So the grapple's whole thing is basically being super maneuverable, more so than basically any other pilot except for maybe phase shift. But phase shift is mostly about horizontal and combat maneuverability, while grapple is just overall.
Look, a pilot! Now the odds are in our favor. I got a visual!
I'm not sure what else they could show off with the classes themselves of like the people, so I'm going to kill myself and choose a different class. Let's go with Pulse Blade. First I need to find enemies so I can use the Pulse Blade more effectively. Damn it, I completely missed that shot.
Fighting pilot, your Titan's almost ready.
So yeah, the Pulse Blade, it's pretty basic what it does. It's exactly just like Hanzo's sonar arrow.
Call it when ready.
So that's gonna be another suicide.
Why are you gonna die?
I could. Oh wait, you're right. Actually, I can switch just. Oh wait, never mind. I can't just switch mid thing. Okay, I need somebody to kill me. Hopefully these dropping in enemies will do the job. Also, I just killed one of the enemies. I didn't realize you could do that. I just killed one of the enemies with the Pulse Blade.
Your Titan is ready.
Okay. So now we're in Cloak, the one that, for some reason, I decided to give the smallest and leanest, like, weapons, when honestly I probably should have given them to phase shift. I was thinking about it, I don't think Cal would use the Mastiff and the Wingman. I think he'd use the, what's it called? Mozambique and the Wingman.
We're winning big time. Good move, pilot.
Because both of them are pistol weapons that could be pulled out super easily and quickly.
Reinforcements on your six!
Again, pretty standard what the, what's it called? Cloak does. It's just a cloak. So I'm going to do this. People of Resistance. I accidentally just stayed as... Okay, there. Thank God it let me switch to the next one. Now we get to my second favorite one, which is Phase Shift, which, well, I told you what it does. So I'm gonna get their... hopefully get their attention. Okay. And yeah, like I said, the phase shift basically transports you to another dimension for a second. And lets you not only be sneaky, but completely invulnerable while you're sneaky. The only downside is that you can't see the enemies while you're being sneaky. So you just have to basically guess and hope that they didn't move too far away.
Titan ready. Call it any time, pilot.
So yeah, phase shift, pretty cool. Still Grapple's my favorite. I'm going to show off the human classes before I show off the Titan ones. Okay, next we get to the AWOL, which is the large boy.
Standing by. Call it when ready.
Uh-oh.
He's without a doubt meant to be the tankiest of any of the pilot classes. So that's why originally I had him with a grenade launcher, but I decided it would be more useful if he had an LMG. So he could basically light machine gun. So basically he can just turn himself into a turret with a shield.
Oh, nice.
Also, like prototype Bastion, his shield is only in one area and is stationary. So honestly, the A-wall is one of the most useful in pilot-on-pilot fights, since the wall doesn't necessarily have too much in terms of like health. So it's not necessarily too good for a Titan fight. In fact, one of the most useful ones for a Titan fight is cloak and phase shift, because you can get close to the Titans before you die.
As long as they don't accidentally step on you.
Yeah. And then we get to the last one, which is probably, in my opinion, my least favorite, aside from maybe the Pulse Blade. The Hollow Pilot. Because I honestly don't think many people would fall for it. It just doesn't seem that likely to me.
Sit up, Gabby. Nobody wants your feet on them. Gavin, that's not sitting up.
But let's see if it works. I didn't even get to tell if it worked because everybody died from my teammates before
Really winning this
it could
thing.
work.
Keep it up.
Ah, screw it.
1214, target is in our sector. Stay sharp.
Oh, it actually is working.
24.
Titan is ready.
There we go.
I'm
Okay.
surprised.
Yeah, I honestly thought that the grunt AI would have been like, oh, that's a hollow pilot, but no, they didn't fall for it. So we're going to quickly switch to grapple, because grapple is going to be much more fun to move around with.
You're flying around like Spider-Man.
And then we're going to bring in Val.
How do you pull in a Titan?
You push down and then she appears.
But you have to like charge that up or something.
Yeah, it's like an ultimate ability in Overwatch.
Oh, you just took my block.
Oh, also something I hardly ever use that the Ronin class has, a shield block, a sword block, which, well, like the name implies, blocks with the sword.
The last two, I didn't want to hear it.
I don't use it too much because it doesn't block that much. And unfortunately, I can't show too much of what the Titan classes are able to do because of the fact that this is, you know, against grunt AI that can't call in their own Titans. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get out of Val and let her charge up her ultimate. What?
Did I just have a moment where I hallucinated about you saying something about charging up someone's ultimate?
No, I said I'm having Val charge up her ultimate. Well, the game, it's called their core.
Yeah, damage core, flight core, salvo core.
Yeah. And the Ronin has the sword core. Basically, imagine if Genji's ultimate also had the added bonus of doing electrical damage, meaning it basically kills enemy Titans in like 3 shots.
Wow.
In fact, I was actually looking up a bit on how to like play the multiplayer well, because I was thinking, I bought the game, I might as well play some of the multiplayer, which is like the main feature of it. But one of the classes I found for like, there's like pseudo classes for the pilots aside from the abilities. Like depending on what weapon you get, you can fit into one of these classes that were invented up by the player character, not player characters, the players of the game. And one of them was a class called Titan Killer, where basically your only weapon for taking down enemies was this 3-shot burst fire pistol. And the rest of your weapons are based around doing damage to enemy Titans. So you have either Firestar or Arc Grenades. You have either Phase Shift or Cloak for your ability, and then you usually have a rocket or grenade launcher. You can actually equip 2 rocket. Well, actually, you could equip 3 if you have a 3rd one unlocked. You could have 3 grenade launchers at once. But if they did that, then that would mean that if you came across any enemy pilot whatsoever, you would immediately be screwed, because grenade launcher no good at taking down people who are like flying around. That guy really shouldn't have come out of the building.
Sounds like a good idea.
I think, what was that? I think that, so should I just stop playing and hope that you understand how the Titan classes work?
Oh, I understand it. Keep playing. It looks fun.
Okay. Also, there's different like factions you can join. You can like play as in the game. Like the default one that you have unlocked is the Marauders, which is the special group that you join at the end of the campaign in Titanfall.
Yeah,
but
they give you an official welcome instead of the active pilot, right?
Yeah. And There's also the Apex Predators, which is the one run by Blisk, the main villain of the game. There's Vice and Dynamics, which basically, aside from those two, I didn't know there was any other groups. But there's also Vice and Dynamics, which is run by Ash. Angel City Elite, which is run by Barker. The 6-4, which is run by Gates. I don't know who that is. The Ares Division, which is run by General Martyr, who was like that main bad guy villain who only appeared in holograms. And my personal favorite that I would want to join, aside from maybe Ash's, Marvin's Finest Hour, which your leader is a Marvin unit. And its directive is Mobile Robotic Versatile Entity OS for the version 4.0. Current user directive. I'm running out of moonshine, Marv. You stay here and wave these guys through, alright? I'll be back in an hour and don't say a word. Directive received 1,504 days ago. So basically he was hired as a doorman for a second while his owner never came back. So he's still acting as the doorman, as the default leader of this militia. And his only directive, the only thing he knows how to do is allow people to join his team. Also, there's banners you can get. Some of them you just have unlocked by default. Like there's this one that's called Koopa Lantern, which is has like, what's it called? Cooper's visor on it. No headshots, which is just as the Swordsman. Slayer, Cooper's helmet. Before grapple, I don't understand this one. There's probably a reference to something. Good Boy, which is a picture of a dog. To the Sky, which is a picture of, I believe that is that Phase Shift, or is that, hold on, is that Phase Shift, or is that, what's the other one that has it? Oh, I thought there was another robot. No, it's Phase Shift then. It's of a Phase Shift person running and jumping into a, what's it called, North Star.
I thought that was,
No, it's a North Star, because it's all ball.
I thought that was someone being thrown.
No. Then there's this one that's just called Spicy Boy.
Oh god, why?
This one, which is called V, which is actually Viper, because it says the skies belong to me, because he's a cuck. Laser Core Online, which is the ultimate ability of Ion. Beyond the Light, which has BT and Coop inside of a cave with Cooper's like thing on it. There's this one which is called All to Ashes, which has a Scorch Titan. There's one which is called Big Papa. I'm pretty sure that's Legion. This one...
Is that a Bioshock reference?
I don't know. Wait, is that a Legion, or is that... Hold on. Oh, that might not be a Legion. That's either a Legion, or it's another
Checks
Scorch.
in, that's clearly a pizza slice.
Oh. No. I think that might be a Scorch, actually.
Yeah, it's a Scorch.
Then there's this one which is 8-bit, which is like Mario style. And it's Cooper jumping up to get one of the batteries so he can take it back to BT. There's also the Triple Tap, which is like a holographic analysis of a Mozambique pistol. SRS.
Tap, tap, tap.
And also there's one which is Marvin emote, which is all the emotions that the Marvins can have.
I thought so.
The only two I've ever seen, though, are the happy and the sad. And I've only seen the sad once, and that's when you take away that one Marvin's lightning gun.
The arc reactor or whatever, right?
The arc core. I think it's arc core.
Arc something or other.
Might have been arc key. And then the one that I use because of the feelings it invokes. Just gonna let it speak for itself.
Trust me.
Yeah. It hurts.
Why'd you do this?
Okay, so now we'll go to Homestead. And we were showing Ronin before, so the one that we'll go with now is... Which do you think? Is he Ion or North Star? Eric or Diana?
North Star.
Okay. And I'm still going to use Grapple, because the Grapple is easier to get around with.
Oh wait, it should be Eric's Ion, because Homestead is my Eric.
It's okay, I can switch to Titan while I'm in there.
Sweet.
I just can't switch it once I call him down. No.
That'd be cool if you were.
Yeah, I mean, logically you should be able to, because the whole, thing is just based on what weapons they have. But I suppose it's not that easy to change its loadout, in the middle of the mission.
Okay, pilot. Let's get this job done.
Oh, this place is actually decently nice looking. Can I just oh, I can't just ride the watermill? Can I ride this watermill? So right now all I'm doing is building up the, until I can call in the large boy. I'm thinking that Eric's Titan would either be called Tesla or Zeus.
Well on your way to getting your Titan.
There was this other person that I've only played 3 multiplayer matches before, and when I did play, there was only one other person. There was only 2 or 3 people on the enemy team and 5 on my team. But there was one guy on the enemy team who kept kicking our asses, and he was using a Scorch class, and he was using a Scorch class, and I'm pretty sure he was also using a shotgun. I can't remember if it was the EV Auto or the Mastiff. But either way, he was just kicking our asses. And I just couldn't do anything against him. I think that the Ion is probably the best mixture of grunt versus grunt and Titan combat of any of the Titans, except for maybe the Legion, but that's just mostly because the Legion's pretty overpowered. Oh, also an interesting thing is depending on how you, where you are, and how you move towards them, you embark in from your Titan in different ways.
Have you found a different way here?
What?
Impressive fighting. We're really winning this thing. Keep it up.
What did you say?
Oh, I thought that when you said that, you meant that, like, you had different unlocked animations for climbing in. Not that it would be random. I thought that you could, like, choose what animation it was, so I asked a question based on that.
No, it's depending on how you get into your Titan. Like my favorite one is probably from behind.
Out of curiosity, is there a dragon or Nerf Star?
What?
I swear oh wait, is it airplanes in the sky?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, I can see a shadow flying overhead.
No, those are a bunch of
I've been
planes
playing
fighting.
Dragon Age. I was like, is that a dragon? But I'm like, wait, shit, no.
Nah, fam.
Wrong game. So I'm like, which one? Right, North Star can fly.
Well, also the Brute can fly, but again, not in multiplayer. I honestly don't know what choice. Electrical smoke is actually super useful because did you happen to notice how in the campaign I would occasionally jump onto Titans and I would do a ton of damage because I would either rip off their batteries or throw a grenade in?
Yeah.
Well, you can do that in the multiplayer as well, but if you have your electrical smoke, which is basically like a secondary ability, it's kind of like if you had an ultimate, a different weaker ultimate halfway between actually getting your ultimate. That's what the electrical smoke is, and when you use it, it kills any pilot that are rodeoing on you, which is what it's called when they latch onto you.
I'm on my own here.
So all I'm doing right now is trying to build up my ultimate so I can show you the Ion ultimate, which is actually super cool. So for now, you want to talk about story? No?
Did you sort of come back from some of those mistakes? I feel like
They don't stand a chance. We're winning big time. Good moves, pilot.
what's happening after the response based on lack of line supply.
Well... What would... what's it called? Things like Eric got either it had gotten... By the way, I was thinking of something similar because... Titans do get destroyed in combat a lot, and I was like, no, I don't want another DT happening constantly. So I was thinking, what if when the pilots inject, which is part of Lyric's favorite Titanfall rap, high ejecting to the sky.
Take out those Titans! Fire! Fire!
Oh, I was thinking, what if when they eject, like, because the Titans are about to be destroyed, the little eyeball on them also, like, slides inward and quickly drops that data core into your lap. And then you so Diana has the core for Titan, and Eric, the pilot, is actually, but Zeus or Tesla is still fine. So, what would Diana do? Like, would she try to...
Use your special fluffy blanket to treat him and wrap him up to make sure he doesn't.
And then he dies.
Over here!
Engaging infantry. Power usage minimal.
Keep moving forward!
But, Zeus, like, gives her permission to climb aboard.
Good you returned safely, pilot.
Which and also, what ability would Diana use? Cloakwork. Grapple wouldn't be too bad either, because I imagine she's the type that is like, instead of, I'm going to have an ability that helps me while I'm fighting, instead it's like, no, not me.
fighting. We're really winning this thing. Keep it up.
Also, I'm almost at my ult. Match time runs out. Because I have a minute left to do it. I'm at 95%. Crazy, pay attention.
Firing laser core.
I just used my laser core.
Engaging infantry. Applying power to offensive capabilities.
Looks like they gave up. Chalk up
Enemy
another win.
Titans. Yeah, because it's been fucking evaporated. And since it takes basically an entire like 15 or 20-minute match to build up the core abilities, I'm not going to do that. Instead, just quickly explain what all the cores do. Ion core, you saw that, it's just a very heavy, constant laser. Scorch slams the ground, and everything in front of it is on fire now. North Star flies into the air and shoots rockets. So basically Farah. Ronin, I explained, sword core. Tone salvo core basically just constantly fires missiles. Legion, you saw it during the final mission, locking on, and it locks on to enemies and then just shoots. You just shoot and fucks up everything. Like, absolutely everything. And Monarch, which is the upgrade core. Wait, what? Recharges your Titan shield, upgrades your Titan or the upgrades above. What? Core upgrades. Hold on. Arc round, steel, shield. Oh. Okay, apparently the Monarch is like the most versatile because it's so basic and it can do a whole bunch of different shit, like getting multi-target missiles. Interesting. But yeah, that's basically what all the Titans do. And I also just gave the phase shift class what Cal's loadout would be. So while you fall asleep and hopefully talk to me a bit, I'm gonna play as Cal. Are you there still? Is he? Is he?
What?
Are you still there?
Yeah?
Don't die on me yet.
Was I spacing out on you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm trying not to pass out.
Okay, pilots, let's get this job done.
So I decided that instead of having a Mastiff and a Wingman, he'd have to load in Wingman, which are pistols and our swap. Very close to a boy.
Target pilot spotted. Reinforcements on your six. Do we have any pilots in the area?
Are you dying now?
Hostile forces inbound, eyes on. I see him over there. Oh! Need backup! Need someone! We'll have to shoot our way out of this! Hostile pilot!
Titanfall is being prepared.
Can't let them pin us down! We need to move! Hostile pilot in sight! Head down below! We're taking casualties! Back up! Back up!
Oh, this is a simulation.
Pilot, your Titan is standing by. Call it when ready.
Do we have